I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. And to quote the great philosopher Ozzy Osbourne,
it's not like you fucking give me STD, you know what I mean?
Crazy, but that's how it goes. Millions of people living as foes or going off the rails on a crazy train. Between President Elon, co-President Putin, and his lapdog felon, between scumbag criminal Democrats trying to save their own asses in New York City, and planes falling from the sky on the daily.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to touch down, and we have lost a wing, and we are now upside down, and welcome to 2025.
And now, the Pope is sick! Things are going swimmingly. Don't you think? You know, we're going to try to focus on one big thing today. The one thing that, well, frankly, may cause the end of the world. The Ukraine war. Now, for a quick recap, the Ukraine war didn't start 3 years ago.
Consider Russia's annexation of Crimea and further aggression in eastern Ukraine. We cannot stand by when the sovereignty and territorial integrity of a nation is flagrantly violated.
Following the overthrow of Ukraine's pro-Russian president in 2014, Moscow annexed the peninsula of Crimea.
Putin is signing a law to formally make Crimea part of the Russian Federation.
Annexed. Isn't that just a nice word? Like the Menendez brothers annexed their house from their parents. Let me rephrase. Russia invaded Ukraine.
CNN reporters in Ukraine said they were hearing explosions as Russia launched the beginning of a full-scale invasion.
In 2014, they took it in bloody fighting in the eastern part of the country. So the war started in 2014. Got it? Good. Now, President Poopy Pants said yesterday that Ukraine started the war against Ukraine. That's right, Ukraine invaded Ukraine, according to the guy that wants to date his daughter.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
So, prior to the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine, the Russian armed forces began massing thousands and thousands of personnel and military equipment near Russia's border with Ukraine. Sorry, I got it wrong. Hold on. Ukraine massed Russian forces against itself to invade itself and has been fighting itself for 3 years. This masturbatory war has to stop!
You should have never started it.
But I have a question, sweet potato Hitler. If Ukraine started the war, why are you having snuggles with this war criminal? Yeah, Trump is negotiating a peace deal to stop the Ukraine war without Ukraine! Pretty awesome. In fact, he's bringing the guy that invaded Ukraine. Sorry. Ukraine made Putin invade Ukraine. And I know it's complicated, but let's go over the Trump-Putin timeline, okay? Trump's first visit to Russia was in 1987. The Soviet diplomatic service arranged for his 1987 Moscow visit with assistance from the KGB. The KGB wanted KGB spies abroad to recruit more Americans. Yep, cue the dumb guy. Bing bong. So, since Trump has been Russia's buddy since 1987, we have a timeline. Are you ready? 1987, first visit. 1996, 1997, Trump tries to get the Russian president's artist friend's statue of Columbus put at the head of the Hudson River. 2005, tries to get Trump Tower Moscow started. In 2008, Don Jr., Trump's son and glassy eye aficionado, stated he made 6 trips to Russia over a period of 1.5 years. Yeah, he also said, and this is a quote, in terms of high-end product influx into the U.S., Russians make up a pretty disproportionate cross-section of a lot of our assets. Then he went, I added the last part. So, third trip to Russia to promote vodka, 2008. Trump announces TV show partnership to basically film a multi-episode reality show about, MMA in Russia. The show didn't get made. 2013, trip to Moscow for Miss Universe pageant, where he went backstage and looked at naked teenagers. In 2014, Eric Trump said, well, we don't rely on American banks for the golf courses. We have all the funding we need out of Russia. 2016. Congratulations from Putin on winning the election.
This would serve the well-being of both Russian and American peoples.
Господина Дональда Трампа.
Really? The brutal dictator congratulated the American president. We've been a foe of Russia for 60 years. That's kind of weird, huh? So at best, Trump has been spooning Putin since the mid-2000s, and we know from the mouths of his own kids that they have gotten at least 100 million from Russia. So then you have Elon, who's been talking to Putin for years, and Elon gave Trump 260 million for his election. So what am I saying? Well, the good news is our dear president isn't compromised at all and is just here to help the American people.
I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care.
Personally, I think we need to get together and annex him.
Right under the toilet.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Hey, why is Trump talking to Russia all the time? Well, he wants to work it out with Russia. Really? You mean he's been seeing them since 1987? They've been giving him money for how many years? How many hundreds of millions do we not know about?